Today we're going to be doing a little bit of SWOT analysis. I promise it is more interesting than it sounds. Most companies will at some point carry out a SWOT analysis to work out their strengths, weaknesses, any threats they might be facing, and what opportunities are out there for them. However, this is also a really good method to do as an individual, particularly if you're looking for a new job or trying to get a promotion. It's basically a sort of self-assessment to help you gauge where your career is and where it could go. It can help you understand what your strengths are and manage any weaknesses that you might have. It will also help you to work out what other opportunities there might be out there for you. And if there is anything that might be standing in your way, how you can get around it. I'm now going to ask you quite a few questions that will hopefully get you to start thinking about what your strengths, weaknesses, possible threats and opportunities are. Remember, don't be modest, don't be overcritical, just be honest. So let's start with your strengths. What advantages do you have that others might not have? For example, this could be what skills you might have, your qualifications or certifications, your connections. It can be anything. What do you do better than anyone else? What personal resources can you access? What would your boss, co-workers or friends say were your strengths? Which of your achievements are you most proud of? What values do you believe in that others fail to exhibit? Are you part of a network that no one else is involved in? If so, what connections do you have with influential people? When doing this, try and think about your strengths in relation to the people around you, your competition. For example, if you're a great communicator, but so are everyone else in your team, then this is not likely to be seen as a strength in your current role. But it might be necessary for another job that you're going for. Now, your weaknesses. This is a hard one. Try and be honest. No one's going to judge you. But it will help you to work out what you need to work on. What tasks do you usually avoid because you don't feel confident doing them or you hate them? What would your colleagues, boss or friends see as your weaknesses? Are you completely confident in your education and skills training? If not, where are your weaknesses there? What are your bad work habits? For example, are you often late? Are you disorganised? Do you have a short temper? Or are you poor at handling stress? Do you have personality traits that hold you back in your field? For instance, if you need to be a good talker and sociable in order to get new clients, but you hate networking or cold calling, this will be a major weakness. When doing this part, and look at it not only from your perspective, from other perspectives. For instance, if you're honest, do other people see weaknesses that you don't see or don't want to see? Are some of your colleagues constantly outperforming you? For this process to work, you really do need to be realistic and honest with yourself. The sooner you accept the areas that you need to work on, the sooner you can start rectifying them. Now let's look at your threats and the opportunities as well. I always think it's good to start with the threats first. And when you do this, try and compare yourself to the person or people that you might be competing with. Then as objectively as you can, judge your threats and see if you can find ways to overcome them. So if everyone in your office is great at languages, which will enable them to go and work in one of the overseas offices, then sign up for a language course. If you always panic when giving a presentation, but your colleague always seems to do a really good job, then enroll in a public speaking course. So let's start identifying what those threats might be for you. What obstacles do you currently face at work? Are any of your colleagues competing with you for projects or roles? Is your job or the demand for things that you do changing? Does changing technology threaten your position? Could any of your weaknesses lead to threats? Now let's see what opportunities are out there for you. Is your industry growing? And if so, can you see any opportunities that you can take advantage of? What's your network like? Do you have any contacts that can help you or offer good advice? Is there a need in your company or industry that no one else is filling? Are there any networking events, educational classes or conferences that you can attend? Is one of your colleagues about to take some extended leave? If so, can you take on some of this person's projects to gain experience? Are there any new roles or projects that you can put yourself forward for that will help you to learn new skills? All the questions I've asked are just examples. Expand on them, change them, but hopefully you get an idea of what you need to do. Once you feel that you have come up with enough answers for each section, start cross-checking between all 4 areas. For instance, when looking at your opportunities, look back at your strengths and ask yourself whether these open up any other opportunities. And don't ignore your weaknesses, because not only will you be able to work out how to correct them, you might be able to turn them into strengths. Or you might be able to open up opportunities by eliminating them. Try and do all of this with a friend or a colleague or a family member, as they might be able to see connections between the areas that you can't spot. So good luck. You never know, you may be surprised to find out how fabulous you are and how many opportunities there are out there for you. Let me know how you get on. If you like this video, please press the like button. If you'd like to see more, then please press subscribe. And if you feel that you would benefit from some one-to-one coaching, then please get in touch. Thank you.